The top players in Clash of Clans have over 7,000 trophies, but my name is on this list somewhere. Watch me rise up the ranks in today's episode. What is going on? I hope you are having a fantastic day, and thank you so much for stopping by, fellow fans of Clash of Clans. It is your host, Galadon, and yes, we are talking about some of the craziest numbers that we have ever seen right now in Clash of Clans. The records are being broken as I speak. The end of the league just about to happen this evening. This video will come out on the very first day of the new trophy pushing season, and yes, we will have seen a brand new record, the highest ever trophy count from a player in Clash of Clans, well over 7,200 trophies. And it's funny, as we watch some of my recent Legend League attacks, let's talk about the history of my YouTube channel and probably my very first super popular series, the quest to 5,000 trophies in Clash of Clans. Now, the funny thing was, back in the day when I started that series, nobody had ever been to 5,000 trophies, and honestly, at that point, it didn't even seem reasonable that anybody could get there. Now, this is also back in the days before the modern day Legend League came out, before Operation Blue Skies, when players didn't really count on skill as much as just sheer playing time, dedication to searching for bases, sometimes 24 hours a day, right? So yes, it definitely has changed since then. And what we've seen is this gradual change from, well, let's go back to the earliest days of Clash of Clans. The quest to 4,000 trophies. That had to do with skill, but it also had to do with gaming the system. The first player that ever got there, you guys might recall I made a video about him. He used multiple accounts to get there. He traded trophies with his own accounts. There were so few accounts that were that high in trophies, he was able to match himself and then gift trophies to certain accounts in order to push them higher. And some would say he exploited a flawed system to become the first ever player to get to 4,000 trophies. Now, the quest to 5,000 trophies was quite a bit different because at that time it did not become quite as much about skill as it was about the amount of time you could play. And many believe, and I actually believe as well, the first player that ever got to 5,000 trophies did not get there legitimately either, because apparently that player had been paying other people to play his accounts, and that is of course a bannable offense. So RIP, right? The history of trophy pushing in this game is a little bit flawed. And here we are now in the year 2021, and players have obviously surpassed the 6,000 threshold, the 7,000 threshold, on their way towards 8,000 trophies. And I'll be honest with you guys, yes, it has been interesting to push in Legend League. No, I don't think that I could ever compete with the top 200. They just are too good at attacking and too good at having lots of bases to rotate through, because that is a big part of it now, obviously, because of the new design of Legend League. So watch me panic at the beginning of this attack right here as I go in on the corner base and try to get my Archer Queen to survive. If she does survive, then it's usually going to be a 3-star. And so that's, of course, what I'm showing you is the highlights, the better attacks, right? Because I am failing on these from time to time as well. And the bases have definitely gotten harder, up around 5,500 trophies. Now, if you guys would like to see me quest to 8,000 trophies, then perhaps you should leave a like on the video to kind of, send that message that you would love to see Galadon try to trophy push, and we'll see what happens. Now, of course, I also have been very clear that I think Supercell, the Clash of Clans team at Supercell, needs to add a new reward system into Legend League trophies. And I've made multiple videos on this. I'm not going to go over it and stand on my soapbox and tell you all the reasons why and what should happen. Those of you that have watched the videos know, and I'm sure the Clash of Clans team has heard my idea too many times by now, and hopefully we can all just cross our collective fingers and think maybe they are considering doing something like that in the future. Come on, it would not take that much work. So, again, like the video if you want to see me try to push to 8,000 trophies. But like the original quest to 5,000, I really don't see it as a realistic possibility. Now, it would be great to hit the Legend League leaderboards at some point, but again, we're talking about a relatively pointless system that now, especially without global, you can't even go and like brag to strangers, yo, look at me, I got a Legend League bag and I'm only at Town Hall 11 or 12, you know, that doesn't happen anymore. So there really isn't much to bragging rights any longer for Legend League. So yeah, it's disappointing. Maybe you can compete against your own clan members, but that's really about it. Until they add in a clan alliance system, it's just going to be you and your group of 49 buddies and maybe less that are competing and see who can get the highest. And, you know, there's only so much you can do there. So where are we going with this video? To be honest, I don't know. I mean, I'll tell you right now, it looks a little bit suspicious if you look at the top rankings right now, and you'll notice that month after month after month, the same names seem to be appearing at the top. And when I say same names, I mean it's the same person's name in the top 5 or the top 10, which obviously has a lot to do with paying people to change their names. But is that all that's going on? We don't really know. And to be honest, I'm actually kind of glad that there isn't that much emphasis put on it anymore by the community. It doesn't feel like there's a huge number of Clash players that are super passionate about pushing trophies any longer, and honestly, maybe that's a good thing. I talked about boycotting Legend League in the past, and that's probably the only way that Supercell is going to get the message, but then it's a catch-22, because what if they do add rewards in the future and you spent months in Titan League or below because you didn't want to attack in Legend League, and now suddenly there's super cool rewards for those Legend League trophies? I mean, they are sitting on your profile. So it feels like there has to be a reason that they're there other than simply bragging rights. But then again, you know, War Stars are right next to that stat on your profile, so maybe not. It's a toss-up. And again, we'll just have to continue to harangue the Clash of Clans team and bug and bother them until they come up with some cool statues or some sort of cosmetics or flags or something. And no, I'm not talking about country flags that you could get if you get to a certain milestone or a certain number of Legend League trophies. Now, personally, looking back at my performance this season and the past couple of seasons in Legend League, I'll tell you a couple of things. First of all, I don't usually really push the trophies much at all the first 2 to 3 weeks of the season, because I'll also admit to you guys, I pretty much top out around 55 to 5,700 trophies. I can't seem to get past that number. Once I get that high, I'm getting hit for huge numbers every single defense, and I'm lucky to get hit for less than, say, 75% by these guys that are at 5,600 trophies. Now, for me, I consider a 75% 2-star really good. And these 3 stars in Legend League are not as common as these videos may make it appear, right? These are the rarity. And I would say at 5,000 to 5,500, I'm maybe tripling 4 or 5 bases a day. But once we get much higher than that, it gets tougher. And the bases, they change complexion. And you will see that the bases actually become much more difficult, much more unusual, and so many of these anti-queen charge bases that have super minions in the clan castle, and bases that have these weird, funky open wall segments. And those open walls and weird patterns are actually designed to misguide your queen, or in worst case scenarios, send her healers in front of high-powered air defenses or expos. You've got a lot of players that have set their expos to ground as well, which really makes a queen charge a difficult proposition. And yes, I realize, you guys, that there are stronger attacks in Legend League than Queen Charge Hybrid, which is what I'm stuck on. And here, right here, okay, notice the super minions that come out. Now, I've gotten relatively good at super fast triggering of a poison and a freeze, and then a second freeze to freeze those super minions into the poison spell, and that is going to take care of them. So yes, it is 3 spell slots that you have to use to get rid of that clan castle, where you might normally only use 1 or maybe 2, but it works out, and when it does, I can usually wipe out the rest of the base if I have taken down the corner town hall and cleared out the CC. So, you know, yes, obviously, the super wizards and other troops like that are going to see nerfs and balancing right now. Because this maybe isn't the strongest attack out there, it's probably more likely to not see a change, less likely to be nerfed, right? So maybe I can continue to use it, and maybe it'll come back around in style and be stronger in the future. But for now, it is what I'm going to continue to use. and we'll see. I'm also, of course, always open to suggestions. And yes, these weird square style bases, I find even with a well executed Queen Charge hybrid, I'm super lucky to get a 3-star, and I'm usually ending in the 70 to 80% 2-star range, which at 5,600 trophies is not enough to keep me gaining. And I'll be totally honest with you guys, I have to thank the guys at Tribe Gaming for hooking me up with a couple of cool and unique Legend League bases. No, I'm not going to share the links with you, sorry, that have helped me out a little bit, that have performed much better than, say, the Southern Teaser Troll Trap base. That does great at 5,000 to 5,200. I'm seeing like 50% or more 1-stars. But once you get out of the Amateur League range of Legend League, oh man, things get tough. And that's where I get pummeled. And yes, I think that the last time I used that teaser base up at about 5,500, it got tripled 6 of 8 times. So players that know what to do are going to wipe it out. You have to rotate through bases. You have to have multiple bases. Ideally, you have a good base designer, or you are a good base designer, of which I really have neither. So yeah, that's where I'm left. And yes, I will be picking up some pretty cool 3-star attacks. It has been a lot of fun. I am picking up several hundred more Legend League trophies every season in hopes that they someday become useful. And as of right now, getting ready to put this video out, I'm at just over 5,500 trophies. I think I have a couple more defenses to take, but these guys are at 7,200. Now, maybe they did push all season, and maybe if you push the entire season, you can gradually move up. You know, if you're attacking for 10 or 20 more trophies a day, then you're losing. But here's me, way down on the global rankings at, yes, number 19,332. Now, I will tell you guys, in my history of playing this game, I have made it to the top 5 in global in the past, and the top 3 in the US, but again, that was not based upon skill as much as it was playing time. Galawife was not very happy about me playing Clash of Clans 20 hours a day for a couple of weeks. So let me know in the comments, what do you guys think? What is happening up there? What should I do? Should we push? Should we give up? Should we petition Clash of Clans to make something actually happen in Legend League so players have a reason to push? What is happening up here with these top players, and where are their bases? Thank you guys for watching. Take care. Galafam, you guys know I love thinking about it. Appreciate every single one of you every single day. If you stick around all the way to the end of the video, so that means it's time to get out there, make the best of the rest of your day, be kind to other people, animals, and planet. I'll see you back here again tomorrow for more full attacks. Galadon, quest to 8,000. Why be a wuss? Make it the quest to 17,000.